Hello and welcome to Random Adventure. Today we continue our exploration of the Pacific Islands as we are just north of the U.S. territory of Guam in the Commonwealth of Northern Marianas Islands on the island of Rota. We are starting our third day with the Shoun. This is a Japanese ship that was sunk in World War II, and we actually have a picture from the U.S. Navy archives just before it was sunk. So it's going to be fun. Come and join. For consistency, I will pronounce the name of the ship as Shoun. It was pronounced Shoun, Shoun, and Shoun on the various discussions I had with different people, and so I've picked this for consistency. I apologize if I'm wrong. Leaving the eastern boat landing, we are able to start our third day of diving. The Shoun will be our first dive of the day and our deepest at 100 feet. So the Shoun was at anchor when it was sunk by the U.S. Navy, and so it is a short 10-minute ride from the harbor to get to the buoy. It currently lays on the bottom, and most of the ship has been blown up after it was sunk in order to get at the cargo, although the bow still does stand up. Dropping in, the immense clarity of the Rota waters enable you to see a majority of the ship from the top of the water, and then you'll descend down the mooring line and get a better view. Dropping down the mooring line, you'll see that the mooring line connects about 10 feet away from the bow. This enables you in high currents to come down the mooring line and then move across without having to worry about being swept away. You will progress from the bow to the stern, and if you pan to the right in that process, you will see the snapped masts of the ship that are now on their side in the sand. Going out to the top of the mast, you actually get a great view of the entire ship from the side, moving from bow to stern. As you can see, the majority of the damage is in the center with the cargo holds, although the main boiler still remains intact. As we do love swim-throughs on this channel, the first swim-through we saw is at the bow where it has snapped off the frame, and you can actually come here and transit from one side of the ship to the other. The other will be a little later, and it is actually along the side of the ship where some plating has come down and provided a nice tunnel in order for you to swim through. Depending on the amount of time that you spend at the complete depth of the ship, it is a good idea to go down at full depth and then to come back at about 60 feet. So we came down the ship to the stern, we rose to 60 feet, and then we returned to the mooring line, getting a overhead view of the ship on our way before we headed up the mooring line back to the boat to do our safety stop. Diving the Shoun was a nice wreck and a good start for our third day. It is definitely a lot of fun, although I would be conscious in heavy currents that 100-foot depth could cause you to drift quite a bit away, and having a safety sausage on you in case of those conditions would be positive. Returning to the surface, we got back onto the boat and headed back to the eastern boat landing. Diving the Shoun was a lot of fun. It was a really nice wreck. It was well opened, so there wasn't any concerns with penetration, and it had a couple swim throughs. There were also a number of large fish, as well as small fish and some sea anemones that we could explore. It was a fun dive and definitely recommended for one of your first dives while here in Rota. We hope you enjoyed the video. We had a great time in this dive, and we will see you on the next one.